It's just after dawn, and this is the early ferry across to Minjerribah, otherwise known as Stradbroke Island. And it's the first step in an architectural journey to discover a little home based on simplicity, sustainability, wrapped up in stunning design.
Monica and I, we're both architects. We originally come from Austria. We came out here to Australia and we've just been blown away. And we were fortunate enough to get a commission to do a house here on Stradbroke Island. The connection to landscape is just remarkable here, which we felt very privileged that we can work with that.
Welcome to the Baker Boys Beach House.
It's almost uncovering a bit of architectural Aussie wildlife, isn't it? Here we are in the bush. So from the Australian bush into where it meets the ocean.
It does, yes. Come inside and please meet Vicky, the interior designer we have been collaborating with.
Hi.
Thank you.
I am the interior designer, but I'm also one of the owners, so one of three.
As owner and interior designer, what brief did you give yourself?
Well, the space needed to work for a lot of people at any one time. We wanted togetherness in the house. That was important to all the families. We've got a deep connection and love with this island, and I guess we wanted our house to settle into the landscape, so it's all about connecting with nature when we're here.
You're so spoiled here. I mean that's the killer horizon view, but that's just as good, the bush.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
The brief called for a lot of simplicity and an experience that's very close to camping. So as close as possible to the elements. And there is on this island a caravan park where you can basically camp, and people basically, when they do this, they hire 3 sites. And these sites are organized like 3 squares, and then they have their cooking tent in one of them and the sleeping tent in this other one. And if you look at this in elevation, they use a tarp that then runs over these, and then people are here in the center where it all happens, where they spend most of the day. And we did reuse that idea. And what we did create is the bedrooms to one side. Then we shielded this with a corridor. And on the other side, the kitchen facilities. And then if we look at this in elevation, similar like the tarp on the camping site, we brought in this butterfly roof. We use like a trim deck as a roof shading material, and that gives that element you connect everywhere to the environment. And when we come back to the plan, we then added a corridor at the center, and then you have that connection, When you walk in this corridor, again, you always have this connection to the outdoor.
We do, in general, like to use a lot of natural ventilation. What we found is the breezeway windows being a very clever, practical solution for that.
Oh, this is simple, this is easy.
It is, to a degree. It's got to be really simple, but then it becomes sometimes quite complicated to actually make it real.
So I suppose the overriding philosophy here is reduction. What is the minimal we can survive with?
That's exactly right. Austerity to a degree.
Yeah.
From that communal part, we now enter into the more private part of the house.
Yeah.
It's a 4-bedroom house altogether. We've packed a lot in a little footprint. So we've got a master here, little ensuite for that room there, which is also shared by a bunk room, which is coming up. So that can sleep 6 altogether, which is really great. Another little ensuite for this bedroom coming down here.
I'm heading towards the view, the big main view. So I was sensing this is going to be the master. I've got to check this room out. So this is, if you will, the master room overlooking the view, but there's something really interesting about the scale of these bedrooms. They're big enough to be comfortable, but not grand enough where you want to sit and hunker here, because it's all about coming out in that communal family central space. But this is pretty cool.
The kitchen really needed to respond to the landscape. I don't know if you can see up there, but there's a beautiful picture window which glimpsing through there, all you see is the green of the Australian bush. And I just wanted to reflect that in this kitchen, which is why we chose a sagey green colour.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the clerestory windows, the high windows went in and you saw, that's the cue.
That's it.
And then you made the decision.
And then I did. It was a late change.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I think you've hit on a really important point there. Great design can respond and adapt as the building is developing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't have to convince the owner, which was lucky.
Because you're the owner. Now, Vicky, tell me about the black.
So originally the black was just cladding. So it was to be on the outside.
Yeah.
And it's a response again to the environment in that it's fire rated.
Right.
So once we saw it go on the outside, we knew it had to come inside.
Again, a late change. I love it. So every great beach house has an outdoor shower, but you've got an outdoor bath, an old-fashioned one, and you go from an outdoor water feature to an open fire in a couple of steps. This is amazing, all these zones.
Absolutely. This is quite particular about this house, how it has all these amenities on such a small space and how it connects very, very much to the outdoors wherever you are.
I think this house is about engaging with the senses. It's smelling the eucalypt, it's hearing the sea breeze, but ultimately it's about connection to family and connection to nature.